to another video. Today we're going to be covering another series and we're going to be going over React hooks. Why React hooks? To answer this, let's travel back to 2013 when React version 0.3.0 was unveiled at JSConf. And before the advent of ES6 in 2015, JavaScript lacked the class keyword. This limitation led to the use of React.createClass to create components. Here's a typical example. This code illustrates how createClass provided a way to define a component's initial state and handle events. Then we had the transition to ES6. React started to support classes. They felt like embracing JavaScript's latest standard. This change introduced new patterns and some complexities. In this example, we use super to call the base class constructor and the explicit binding of this in event handlers. While classes streamline component creation, they also introduce complexities like binding and verbose constructors. And then enter the rise of higher order components, the same year actually. And they became popular for abstracting and reusing non-UI logic. However, higher order components could lead to what they called wrapper hell. Go ahead and take a look at this example. In this example, the myComponent component is wrapped by multiple higher order components, each adding different functionalities like routing, user management, error handling, data management, theming, authorization checks, logging, localization, and responsive design. This kind of deeply nested higher order component structure can make the code difficult to read and maintain, leading to the term wrapper hell. And this demonstrates how wrapping components in multiple higher order components can quickly become a mess. Now let's fast forward 3 years, and in 2018, Hooks was released. Hooks revolutionized state and lifecycle management in functional components. What UseState did is it simplified state management. It provided a more straightforward way to manage state in functional components compared to class-based state management. And then we had UseEffect. Before Hooks, lifecycle methods like component did mount and component did update were used. UseEffect offers a unified API for these operations. And then we had custom hooks. And this is a way to encapsulate non-visual logic. Custom hooks allow you to extract component logic into reusable functions. And custom hooks further enhance reusability in a JavaScript application. So that's a brief history of React and the evolution of hooks. And those are just the two main ones, but you also have managing context with use context. You have advanced state management with use reducer, and then you have your performance hooks like use callback and use memo. And then you have other things like accessing the DOM with use ref if you want to kind of get out of React's normal render process. So that's it. That pretty much wraps up our introduction to React and its evolution. We briefly touched on the history of React, why it's here, why we use it, and how it makes our code just a lot more readable in general. In the next section, next week, we'll cover basic hooks, which will be UseState, UseEffect, and UseContext. And that is it. Thank you for watching my video. Like and subscribe, and look forward to seeing you next week.